Good morning, everybody. How you doing today? Welcome back. Betting Public Sports Show. I'm your beloved host, Fame Rothstein, a.k.a. Michael Snackson, a.k.a. Bay O Wolf, a.k.a. Malcolm Excellence, a.k.a. Hacksaw Jim Thuggin. Today's Friday, June 21st, 2024. Okay, make sure you like and subscribe to the video. Leave comments, share the content. I told you, I'm going through some changes on the program right now. I'm going to have a logo for you here. And sports betting will be back in earnest on August 1st, that weekend, August 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, as the football season starts. Or at least college anyway, then NFL, But right now, just gonna talk a little shit because Barry Bonds was last night. If you watched the Major League throwback baseball game, it was a Negro League special, I guess. One of the Negro League teams from Birmingham, not the Barons that Michael Jordan played for. I'm talking about the Negro Leagues from way back in the day. They two baseball teams went down there. St. Louis and I forgot who the other team they played was. Cardinals played somebody. Cardinals won. It was a throwback game down there and whatnot. And, so they had a lot of black players on there. A lot of old black players from there. Reggie Jackson, Barry Bonds, Ken Griffey Jr. Ooh, Reggie Jackson said some shit too. We got to talk about that too as well today. But, matter of fact, we're going to talk about Reggie first. Reginald Martinez Jackson, the straw that stirs the drink, as he said he was with the Yankees, played for the Angels, A's, he's a Hall of Famer. One of the people, the panel was like Derek Jeter, Alex Rodriguez, David Ortiz, and I forgot who the other person was. And they asked Barry, they asked Reggie Jackson, what was it like going back to, one of the Negro League sites in the South and what. And he didn't hold nothing back. He was like, it's very painful. He's like, because I wouldn't want this on nobody to go through this. He was talking about how, how he had to go through, how he would, they would single him out. The team would walk in. The nigger can't eat here. They walk into a hotel. The nigger can't sleep here. So the team had to go around and shop around to somebody who, was willing to let the whole team eat and sleep together. You know what I'm saying? It was Reggie didn't hold shit back. And that's what he was known for doing, talking that shit when he played. You understand me? And he didn't hold nothing back. And like I said, it was on Fox TV. I mean, he was literally saying nigger. I think they told him to, maybe he had some internal feedback device that was telling him to not do, watch his language or whatever on live TV. But like he was saying nigger because that's what they were calling him. And that was a part of the Negro League experience too, getting called that, and whatnot. But now, from what I understand, Reggie Jackson is like a distant cousin to Barry Bonds. I don't know the genealogy behind it, but yeah, he's like a distant cousin to him. And based on what Barry Bonds was talking, you can tell that they cousins. Because, like I said, the panel, Derek Jeter, Alex Rodriguez, David Ortiz, and some other cat, they're sitting there, and this Barry Bonds and Ken Griffey Jr. are sitting together. Barry Bonds, Ken Griffey Jr. The media tried to make them seem like they were polar opposites. They were the preeminent players of the 90s. Griffey in the American League at the time. Then he came to the National League for a minute with the Reds. Barry Bonds with the National League. And, they never really had no open friction that I knew of. I always saw them in pictures together, and they was cool and shit like that. But still the media tried to play them as polar opposites. Barry the asshole, Ken Griffey Jr., the kid, the good, lovable, congenial guy, wearing his hat backwards, and everybody liked that shit. And I'm gonna explain that here in a second because I've explained it before. But Derek Jeter asked Barry. He said, "I'm gonna ask you right now on the spot. What would you have done against Satchel Paige? Leroy Satchel Paige. He's probably the best black pitcher ever. If it ain't him, it's Vita Blue. He pitched into his like 50s or something like that. Might have even been 60 something years old. He was old. He was pretty old. But anyway, Derek asked that, and I promise you, go watch the clip. Barry Bonds' voice cracked. He went, "Eh?" like that. And he said, "Gone. Gone." Saying he would hit a home run off Satchel Paige. No filler at all about it. The whole rest of the rest of the panel's laughing about it. They're laughing about it or whatnot. I think Griffey said, like, I would have dragged bunted, made him race me to first base. No, Barry didn't hold none of that shit back. He said, "Gone." You can read about it on ESPN, Fox, all that. Gone. Then he said this, which was very important. He said, "If I don't believe in me, who else is going to believe in me?" And that's the shit I'm talking about that people didn't catch in that. Because you got these current NBA players and recent NBA players talking about how like the guys from the 80s and 70s, we done with the 80s, we done with the 90s, talking about that these guys weren't nothing but plumbers and all this kind of goofy shit like that. No. Like Barry said, if I don't believe in me, who's going to believe in me? You know what I'm saying? He flat out said, "Gone." And I felt that. I ain't never played no pro ball, but if you put me in the box against Roger Clemens, hell yeah, he's going to strike me out on 3 pitches, probably 4, probably throw one, waste one at my head and shit to kind of scare me. But I'm going there with the intent of taking that motherfucker yard. Pedro, Greg Maddux, I don't care. Obviously probably wouldn't, but I'm just saying. You got to have confidence. You know what I'm saying? Give me a football. I'm feeling like I can run through Ray Lewis. I don't care. I'll probably get broken the fuck up. But I'm not going in there to let him, he going to get some resistance. Probably not much. You know what I'm saying? And I felt that with Barry. But yeah, that was kind of that broadcast, they did it in black and white for an inning. It was beautiful. Changed the ratio. It was beautiful. It was a great little ceremony. But yeah, Barry, because he had he's got the allegations going on that's keeping him out of the Hall of Fame and whatnot and all that kind of goofy shit. Griffey's already in, but I'm telling you right now, and I've said this before to another former major leaguer. You can go look through my videos. Me and Carl Nichols, the former catcher for the Astros. I said, from where I said, Barry and Ken are the same guy. They both grew up with their dads in the home. When your dad's in the home, especially black kids, but any kids, when dad's in the home, the biological daddy's in the home, it's a different kid instantly. It's going to have a different confidence, a different swagger instantly. And they're affluent. Their dads are major league players. Their dads, coincidentally, were the preeminent, among the preeminent players of the 70s. They both were all-star MVPs, shit like that. I think Barry's dad, Bobby, rest in peace, in 1971, and Griffey's dad, Ken Sr., or George Sr., in 1977-ish, maybe, something like that, 75, somewhere around there. They both were, they were preeminent players in the 70s, all-star level players in the 70s. And, so they grow up affluent. Not a lot of black peers. When you're growing up affluent in the 70s, you're not going to have a lot of black players, and you play a lot of black peers, and they play baseball. So they're going to have even less black peers. You know what I'm saying? I can tell you right now, Griffey Jr., based on the high school he grew up he went to in Cincinnati here, you know he didn't have a lot of black friends. Just based on the high school he went to. You know, Barry, you know, same thing. You know, I don't know what high school he went to, but just, you know, like I said, they grew up affluent. You know what I'm saying? The only difference between these two cats, really, it's two things. The allegations about Barry and the PED use. But even still, they say he started taking PEDs in 2000, 2001. Barry still had a Hall of Fame career at that point. 400 and some odd home runs, 400 some odd stolen bases. He's still the only player in Major League Baseball with 400 steals and 400 home runs. That alone would have made him the Hall of Famer. But he went on to make 500 and 500. You see what I'm saying? Like, that's how crazy good dude was. But yeah, the only difference is the allegations and their women. Bonds openly dated and married white women. Griffey didn't. You know, but, you know, his wife is like, you know, she's probably like biracial or something. She's very light-skinned, you know, or maybe a couple generations, like you can tell like one of her parents might have been biracial or something like that. You know, beautiful, but you know, they're beautiful women and whatnot, but that's no diss to either of them. That's why there was no diss to Barry. That's why there was no diss to Satchel Paige when Barry said that. It wasn't no slight to Satchel Paige. It wasn't being disrespectful like these basketball players are. You know what I'm saying? And that's the thing with, like I said, with Barry and Griffey. You know, baseball holds on to their past. You know, most sports do anyway, but baseball particularly, you ain't supposed to say nothing, you know, derogatory, even close to anything about the past. You know, but Barry let it be known, like, no, I would take dude yard. Gone. That's what he said. Gone. I mean, if you haven't seen it yet, go watch it because of the way his voice cracked. Who, me? Gone. You know what I'm saying? I felt that. He threw his hands up like, gone. He's like, Derek, you done lost your mind. Said that to Derek Jeter. You done lost your mind, brother. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, so, and trust me, all that little Ken Griffey shit, he played in this town for a while he was still in his prime, but coming out of it, you know, we heard stories. We heard locker room stories about shit, blah, blah, blah. All that little, I mean, hell, it ain't even, it's just the way the media portrays it because Griffey openly has a story about why he don't fuck with the Yankees and why he won't fuck with the Yankees. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, you know, some of that media shit that they can pick and choose who they want to be villains and heroes. And that's what they did with them two. Trust me. Those are the same guy. But yeah, I'm gonna hop off here. Like I said, sports betting to be back in earnest in about a month and a half. But until then, everybody, make sure you like and subscribe. Leave comments on the videos, and we'll be back to holler at you. But until then, everybody, be well. Peace.